in itself. What else do we have here? Loss of identity. Look, now, if you lose who you are, first of all, it almost takes a lifetime to figure out all the greatness that's in you and to cultivate that greatness and to have it to blossom. So, being that that's already a journey in itself and a challenge in itself, you don't want to lose yourself along the way in that kind of process, okay? Because you're just going to slow down the process. You can stop the process. And we don't want to do that. We only get one life, and you don't even know what your lifespan is. We don't know if we're going to live to see age 25 or 35 or 45 or 55, whatever. Okay, so please don't get in these situations where you begin to lose yourself. And people do this by doing a lot of things. They are trying to please the other person. They're trying to see what's wrong with them. But for the sake of time, let's keep it moving. Low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself anymore. You don't think highly of yourself anymore because you're thinking, if this person is mistreating me and you see so much greatness in them and they're mistreating you, you're thinking, well, it must be because I'm not great. When really, they're just really screwed up in the head and they don't know your value. And even if they do know your value, they don't appreciate your value. And that's all it is. So let's keep going. Being blinded mentally and spiritually. You will begin to lose your moral compass, whether it's having that hatred and that vengeance to get back when you never wanted to hurt a fly in your life. And now that you've gotten heart shattered, you might want to hurt somebody. And that wasn't you before. You don't want to have people in your life that are going to bring out the worst. And I'm going to say the worst in you. Put the worst in you. Now, if it's already there and you didn't know it was there, then in that case, bring out the worst in you. All right. But yes, we want to stay away from those type of situations. The spiritual blindness. Sometimes people, I know everyone has their own spiritual journey. They believe in different gods, different religions, and what have you. But people will knock you off of your something, I'm trying to say, knock you off of your post in what you believe in. And you know what I believe in. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. But people will go into these relationships believing in God, believing in Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior. And because the relationship wasn't that strong and they didn't have that much evidence and facts, here this person who maybe is an unbeliever can get them to not believe. And then you're really blind and you start to lack a moral compass, as do they. And you end up being more like the person than how you started off. Because as I mentioned in one of the other videos, there is a common ground. Even though there's a big difference between a predator and a prey, there's still a common ground on how they meet. Even if it's just one thing, which is a lot of times flesh. You want somebody to hold you. We're not going to talk about that right now. Let's go back to side effects. Just a couple more here. You can end up quitting and giving up on yourself. Not having any goals. You don't ever want to become a person that has no vision for themselves, even though you don't know how long you're going to live on this earth. Again, you don't want to live like today is your last in a reckless sense. You don't want to live like today is your last in the sense that, oh, I may as well forget about planning for anything tomorrow. No. There's a balance in living like today is your last and living like you're going to live forever. There's a difference. And maybe that's another video, but you have to have goals for yourself. You have to be ready for tomorrow. And that means being safe today. Let's keep going. Last one I have here. There is the law of reaping and sowing. A lot of people like to call that karma. Now, we don't know how you're going to reap what you sow. Okay? But just know that how you treat people will come back to you. And like I said, the predator has a hard time accepting that. But even how you treat yourself, if you let people abuse you, you're abusing yourself. And there are consequences for abusing yourself. So let's not focus so much on the predator all the time. What about you being a predator to yourself? Ooh, I think we got another video.